5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yo, what's up, y'all? This your boy T-Lo.
Yo, what's Gucci? This your man Tweet.
What up, y'all? DJ Kid Fresh.
What's up? This your boy RL.
And we're next.
And you're rocking with The Rebirth every Monday at 7 p.m.
You know the hits. Rebirth Radio, baby, every Monday, 7 p.m. Shay and Eli. All right, rocking that old school. Peace.
FM. I'm your host, Shay Marriott, and joining me to my right? My right, your left?
It is your right.
It's been a minute.
Yes, it's your boy Eli Isabel, a.k.a. The South Got Something to Say. Happy Monday. Philly Jams 95.3 Rebirth family. What's good, Shay Marriott?
What's good? Happy Monday, everybody. The whole government.
The whole government.
Yeah. I could be called gunpowder, though, but we ain't going to go there.
Yeah, we ain't going to get into that.
Anyway.
Pow, pow, pow.
Welcome
Shots
to
fired.
The Rebirth, everybody.
It's
good to be back. It's good to be back. I had to take last week off. I was celebrating my son and my fiance's birthday, so I am back, and man.
You ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
How was that? How was the celebrations?
It was good. I mean, it was cool. It was cool. We had a nice time. We did the winery that you had suggested for the weekend, and then for my son.
You enjoyed that? That was good?
Yeah, it was nice. Yeah. It was nice. And then for my son, the first time I had was wine slushy.
Yeah, they got it.
Yeah.
Did it get you there?
It was nice.
I think they put Taylor's port in there.
Nice little buzz.
They don't tell you that part.
And then for my son, we went bowling and a dinner, and then of course I had to do the send off for my oldest. Shout out to Xavier, who is now officially a Hornet.
Wow,
DSU. Congratulations.
That's what's up.
Absolutely. Yeah, man, that was tough.
I know
man,
it. So did you cry? Yes or no? That's what the people want to know.
Man, I did more than cry. I ain't even gonna lie. I did the ugly cry. I cried.
Whoopi Goldberg and
I was I did the you and me will never. I did the whole thing.
Not the Whoopi cry. Ooh, child.
It was tough. It was really tough. Seriously. And you know I'm close to my sons. We're really close. So it was hard. And I think that nothing prepares you to for that moment. Yeah. You just gotta just kind of take it in. But what I realized is I have been grieving since graduation.
Oh wow.
I've been grieving since graduation, and grief doesn't always come with like death, and I think
loss.
That's the misconception.
Right.
Grief comes with it comes with divorce. It comes with ending of relationships. And it also comes with something like this, because I was grieving what it looked like, because when he comes back, it's going to look different, right? Doesn't mean it's going to look bad. It's going to look amazing, but it's going to look different. And now I have to figure out what my role is as a parent of a college student now versus a high schooler. Just like you go through those stages with the babies and toddlers and adolescents and all of that. So, it's definitely been a moment of reflection and like tapping in to my feelings and my emotions. Is like, what is going on with me? Like, am I depressed? Like, what is happening? Because I'm happy for him. I'm so excited for him. He's in the engineering program there.
Oh, snap.
So
okay.
I'm just happy, and I'm so excited what God is going to do in his life.
Right.
And let me tell you, I rode around that campus, and I was anointing the campus. I was like, in the name of Jesus, Lord, please protect these kids.
You ain't riding around no sage hanging out the window.
Look, no. I was riding around praying, like, please protect these kids. Not just my child, but everybody's child, because the world is just,
it's crazy out there.
It's so crazy right now. So I just want to say, just kind of send a shout out to all the students that are entering to college, you know, rather you are entering for the first time, rather you are transferring to another college, good luck, congratulations, and all the parents that got your kids there, man. I mean, big ups to you, because that it's a lot. So, yeah, so that was my weekend. And best believe I did go see him yesterday. Yes, I did. I did go see him yesterday.
You gonna make the boy transfer to Morehouse, so you can't just pop up.
There was a reason why I had to go down, make sure he was good. But I'm cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Now it's Bryson time. Bryson going into his senior year. Ooh. So yeah,
busy
man,
2 years
back
for you.
To back. It has.
It's gonna be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
You got this. We're gonna support you.
Absolutely.
No doubt.
So,
no doubt.
Yeah.
All right.
How was your weekend?
My weekend was cool. I hung out with white people, and it was all right. You know the white people that I told you about last year that have the big house in the boat on the river.
Yeah.
Where they had like a function, and they invited us down there. And man, I'm gonna get to, because I want to get to our awesome guest tonight. So I'm gonna just tell you this really quick. Hanging out with people with money, they talk different. I heard the kids talking about the one of their friends, their dad, his company has a private jet, and he's going to fly him to Vegas for his 16th birthday, and they want to know if they can go. This is the conversation I'm hearing. And the parents are like, yeah, we'll just talk to him, and we'll, it'll be all good. I'm like,
right.
We on Spirit out this month. they get out the car and walk right to the plane. I'm like, it's different levels to this. So every time I'm around those people, I realize how much money I don't have. No matter how well I think I'm doing in life, I'm just like, yeah, I'm slave broke out here. I'm still tilling the land compared to these moments. But awesome though. So it was a good weekend. My kid always has a great time. They're out in the river. They tubing and all kind of stuff, man.
Nice.
Top shelf alcohol. Has them $150 bourbon.
Oh, okay. Did you sip it real slow? Try to savor the flavor?
No, I try to drink as much of that shit as I could. How often do I get that? Yeah, keep it coming, player. But that was my weekend.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right. So guys, I have to definitely we got a Rebirth Live coming up on October 13th, and we are just so excited about this event. If you have been to the other 3 Rebirth Lives, the other 3 have stations.
Rebirth Live is coming to Theater Inn in Wilmington, Delaware on October 13th. We have created 10 slots for all businesses to be a part of the Rebirth Live experience. Go to rebirthu.com and click the link now.
All right, so that was our vendor information. We are accepting vendors, and our vendor space is almost sold out. So we can take probably maybe about a good 4 more vendors, and then we will be actually sold out for that event. But we have some phenomenal people on the panel.
We coming strong.
We coming strong, and I mean, you got to tap in. We have a couple of people that we've already announced that we're going to show to you guys. And we're going to be doing a men's panel, all ladies panel, and we're going to do a couples panel mixed with some singles. So it's going to be very, very good, very spicy.
It's about to get spicy at the Rebirth.
Absolutely. Get your tickets at rebirthu.com. That's rebirth, the letter U.com. Get your tickets. Tickets are moving. They are going, so don't be left out of this conversation. And this is happening at Theater Inn in Wilmington, Delaware on October 13th. So make sure you guys lock in that date, and I hope to see you there. Hope to see you there.
And we're going to be there. Don't
and
forget that part.
We're going to be there. Absolutely.
All these awesome panel people.
Of course we're going to be there.
I'm just saying, we're going to be in the building too.
Yes. And the conversation is all love and relationships. And when we talk about relationships, we're not just talking about intimate relationships, but the relationships that you have with your brother, your sister, your girlfriend,
your children.
Because all of your children, all of that. So everything that includes relationships and love, we will be talking about and addressing. So I hope to see you guys there. All right. You got it right here, right now?
I do, really quick. So, yes, because I think our guest is awesome, and I want to highlight this positive young black man who's doing awesome things. Jacksonville, Florida. Man, listen. 3 people were fatally shot by a gunman in a mass shooting that took place at the Dollar General store in Jacksonville, Florida. Authorities identified Ryan Christopher Palmeter as the gunman, described as a 21-year-old white male. Parmeida shot and killed himself after he barricaded himself in an office. The incident was described as a terrorist attack and is believed to have been racially motivated and is still currently under investigation as a hate crime. So my question is, I don't know, like, what we talk about these things every time that they happen. Okay, we know that Republicans would never ever have anything to do with any kind of trying to limit gun rights or put a cap on anything, because the NRA is the biggest supporter of the Republican Party. If you're a Republican, all of your fund, a good majority of your funding comes from the NRA. So you're not going to go against anything that they want to see happen. But can we work in, and this kid didn't have a criminal background or anything, but can we work in mental health evaluations? Can we get that?
You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. Oh, to get guns?
Yeah, in order to own a gun. Can we at least give us that?
But you know what? I'm going to say this. Coming from a mental health background, I don't feel that all of this is mental health. I think a lot of these people are just hateful. They have hate in their hearts. And I think that's the only thing. When you're dealing with someone, when you work in this field and you're really dealing with people that really got mental health issues, versus someone that just has hate, it's a difference. Someone that has hate is not mentally ill. They're just hateful people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they're going to pass a mental health evaluation.
They've been fighting against that too.
They're going to pass it because it's not, I don't think, some of it, yes, maybe you had a few people that has done this and they had mental health issues. But the majority of these people that's out here, they are hateful. They're hateful people.
Do you think to be that hateful to the point where you want to remove people from this earth, you have to be a little bit something's not? I mean, to carry that level of hate around, something's not right.
See, I feel
because
like
a rational person can kind of say, you know what, I don't like Donald Trump, but I don't want to kill him.
So here's the thing, and this will go to a whole different level of conversation, depending on what your belief is. So I believe that you have people that's like our brother that's here that is spreading the word of God through his music and stuff like that. You have the opposite that's out there. And I don't think it has anything to do with mental health. I feel like it's we got this spiritual warfare also we got to think about, you know what I'm saying? So it's I'm not saying all the cases, but I just don't feel like everything has to be blamed on mental health, because these people know exactly what they're doing, and they're doing it out of hate of what they believe is, whatever God they're serving. I don't know what they're serving, but they believe that's the right thing to do.
Right. Okay.
So, yeah. That's just my own personal, that's my own point of view of things.
I feel you.
Because I just feel like everything is now blamed on, they got a mental health, as if now we're supposed to be, they got a mental health issue. Oh, okay, I understand. No.
And he may not, but I just feel like can we get an evaluation prior to owning a gun?
I mean,
and there may be nothing wrong with you but hatefulness, but can we get the evaluation prior to owning the gun? Let's get into our guest tonight.
It's crazy. Yeah, so
let's flip this script. All right, because he's ready to bring the positivity. I just wanted to make people. I know everybody's aware of what happened, but I don't know. It's just we're getting hurt out here.
Absolutely,
and we're getting hurt by hateful people, and
absolutely,
and sadly, we're still getting hurt by each other.
Yeah.
So it's tough out here for you.
And you know what? Here's the thing, and they're just. I mean, they just straightforward with it.
Yeah, they don't.
They're just
this is the Donald Trump effect. I really believe that in my heart. Since he took office, people became emboldened.
Really,
yeah.
So you just gotta stay prayed up. You gotta stay covered, and you gotta have your head on a swivel, constantly looking around, because you just don't know. It can happen anywhere.
Yeah, and legally own a gun. It's okay, black folk. We can get a gun. It's all right.
Yeah. We're going to switch the temperature in the room. So I met this young man. We met this young man at the Juneteenth celebration over the summertime. And his energy was just so amazing, on top of his beautiful smile. So I'm so happy to have him on
Brace his work,
show
America.
tonight. I'm so happy to have him on the show, because his energy, like I said, it's infectious.
Yes.
So come on, let's give a warm welcome to Shamar, a.k.a. Shamizee.
Shamizee's in the building. What up, baby?
Thank y'all. It's good to be here.
Thank you for coming, man.
Thank y'all.
Morehouse man.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Listen, I think you might be the first. We've had some kids from HBCUs up here, but we never had somebody from Morehouse. I mean, Dr. King went there, brother.
He did.
How does that feel?
It feels good, because I grew up in a high school that was 5% black. Right?
Wow.
And so, I like to call what I grew up a country suburb.
Okay.
Like, we grew up in the suburbs, but folks went like mudding, like fishing with their bare hands type stuff.
Oh, wow.
And so,
That's some Florida stuff right
yeah,
there.
that
for
is
real.
Florida
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
for
yeah.
real. And so I was like, when I was like trying to transfer schools, I was all like, I need to be in the city and I need to be surrounded by people that look like me.
I know that's right.
And so I was like, and then like learning about Morehouse and MLK and just like their culture, how they carry themselves.
Yeah.
So I was
Yeah.
like, I need to go there.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's like, these are my non-negotiables.
Yeah,
I need
yeah,
to have
yeah.
people that look like me and be in the city.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So
Yeah, that is awesome.
what was your experience? 5%
Oh,
black
I mean,
High school.
growing up. Yeah.
high school was very interesting. I ran my high school. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
I was prom king. I was class president. I did the
Nice.
announcements in the morning. I
Okay.
did all that. Like, I ran my high school for real.
Exceptional student. Because
Yeah.
to get to there and be
Yeah.
one of the 5%,
Yeah,
you got to
yeah.
be exceptional.
Yeah, it was pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie.
That's
and like,
good.
I was like captain of the baseball team and the swim team, all that stuff.
Okay.
So I like to say I ran my high school for real, but
No, talk your stuff. That's all right. If you did, you did.
yeah.
Let it
But-
be known.
Yeah, but I like my high school personally. It was just different. Like,
Shout it out. What was it called? What's it called?
it was Space Coast Junior Senior High School. So I was there since middle school, since
Okay,
7th
so
grade.
7 through 12?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
That's what's up.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell the people, who you are and
Yeah, so
all
I'm
the-
Shamar Washington, aka Shamizee, right? And so don't ask me how I got that name. That's my dad and them. My dad and my uncle. I don't even know where the Z came
Right,
from.
Shamizee.
I know. I don't know who came up with the spelling for that. I just know that it was given to me since I was like 4.
Okay.
And then like every athletic event that we like, that's Shamizee. And so then when I like came into like rapping, developing my stuff, I was like, let me just stick with Shamizee.
Okay.
And so
It works.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
dope. It's dope.
It
It's dope.
definitely works.
So how long you been rapping?
So I've been writing music since I was 14 for real.
Okay.
But that's when I like first started getting interested in it.
Uh-huh.
And so like I met this other little kid that I went to church with. And so he like used to play around with beats. And so then I was like writing music, he was playing around with beats, and then like we just like came together and we started like developing our skills together.
Okay.
And so then shout out Johnny, that's his name.
Okay. All right, Johnny.
And so, but I wasn't taking it serious. It was just a hobby. And then when I turned 18, around August, when I was 18, August of 2022, I was like, no, let me like dive in real quick. Let me see if I get an album out of this. And then April of 2023, I dropped my album.
Nice.
So when you initially started like rhyming, were you planning to focus in the gospel genre, or were you?
Not at all.
You was in the trap for a minute.
Yeah, I was definitely in top for a minute.
Oh wow, definitely talk about that. Okay.
Yeah, okay. So when I was in middle school, right, me and my boy, his name was Fabian
Okay.
Ortiz. He moved to Texas though. So, but we was tight for a minute, and we used to be in his garage, and we was rapping. And, like we actually have like 2 things on SoundCloud. I'm not gonna put it out there because like,
Okay. Yeah.
I was in middle school talking crazy stuff. Like I just wanted to be hard. But
How many people you kill on record?
yeah. Yeah.
How much cocaine you sold?
Yeah, type stuff. Yeah, we was just talking crazy, saying all types of stuff about all types of people. But nah, it definitely was not about God the whole time. Yeah.
That's how it started out, right? Because we was like both, Charlamagne and Wendy. Then we transitioned to know who we are.
You know what?
You don't agree? We was talking crazy about people, and you kept
No.
saying, "How you doing?" all the time. Remember, like the first time we started doing this, you kept saying,
No.
I was like, "That's Wendy's. You can't do that." All right, sorry. Come back to you, bro.
Yeah.
So how did you transition to? What was the point when we said, "You know what? I'm gonna lead the trap along"? How did you transition to speaking about the Lord and gospel rap?
So I like to say I don't even rap about God. I rap about my life.
Okay.
And so sometimes my life just revolve around God.
All right.
And so the reason why I say that, because I still got bars in my song that's like not about God. Like one of my songs, Florida Boy, I say, I don't be killing, but I be fighting and I'm cussing. Because like I'm not all about God 24/7. Like,
Right.
but that's just real life. Like I don't
Yeah,
be killing
yeah.
nobody, but sometimes I do be fighting and sometimes I do be cussing.
Right.
Because that's just real life.
You're human.
Yeah.
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 And so I would say around I don't know when I first started rapping about God, but when I did, and then I'll like show my folks, and they're like, "Oh yeah, like Shamar, this is heat." Like just showing my dad and my family, and then because I was just gonna show them the middle school stuff, so. And so then I was like, "This heat," and I was like, "Okay, yeah, this is heat." And then around 14, I started like getting in the church for real.
Okay.
And so like that's when they started like going like intertwining. I feel like.
Okay. Nice.
Wow,
Nice.
wow.
How have you been received through like in your community with your music and you being so young? Because I think that is very inspiring because you're showing the younger kids.
Yeah.
that, You know, like you said, you're rapping about your life and it's more of a like an inspirational type thing, but you're also showing the younger kids that, hey, there's other options, there's other ways that you can express yourself. So how have you been received through your community?
I mean, good, I guess. I mean, I guess my community would just be like my group of friends that be hyping me up for real. But nah, I would say good because even my friends that don't believe in God, like they'll say like, Shamar, this is heat. And so
heat is heat. If you can flow, you can flow.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And so that's what they would tell me. So I think it's pretty good. But yeah, with the message with the younger kids, I feel like I would just say like, because when you're young in the church, I feel like they'll be like, yo, kids, stay in a kid's place. Like, don't do too much.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I just feel like that's so backwards thinking. Because eventually they're not going to be in a kid's place and then they're going to have no clue what to do.
Right.
Wow. Say that again. That's real talk. I think the black church does an excellent job of silencing our kids and not hearing their point of view. And so I think you're right. Kids, should we stay in a kid's place to a degree? Absolutely. I mean, from a respectful point of view. Yes. But I don't think we need to hide things from our kids because they're gonna, like you say, when they run into it, they're not gonna know how to handle it. Yeah.
I agree.
What has been the biggest challenge for you thus far in regards to your music?
Social media. I hate social media.
Okay.
So like getting my stuff on my platform because I be forgetting to take pictures and take videos of stuff.
Yes, a lot to manage.
And you're 19. You should be. This is your lane. This is your thing. I would think.
I would think so too, but it's just don't click for me. And when I do. And I do have pictures and videos, like I want them to be like perfect. And so, and when they're not, I'm like, I'm just not gonna post it.
Okay.
And so then like my personal account, I have a lot of pictures, but like my music account, not so much, just cause I feel like I'm my biggest critic.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, nah, this isn't good enough to be on here. And then like when I look back, I'm like, oh well,
I should have posted that.
Yeah.
So do you have anybody that's like helping you, that give you that third eye, like, yo, you know, Shamizee, no, that's dope. You gotta post that, or you just kind of doing it yourself at this point?
That dude right there in the corner, he was trying his best, but I be trying to, but it's just different. Cause it's like, you know, I love my dad, but it's like, you know, he gonna say what he gonna say regardless.
It's your dad, so it don't hit the same because he's supposed to say.
Yeah. He gonna hype me up no matter what I do. So it's just like.
Yeah. Okay. So I know. So being so young and doing the genre of music you are doing. So you just got to Morehouse, right?
Yeah.
So no one really kind of knows how you're vibing yet.
Nah,
you?
I only told like a couple of people. Cause it's not that I don't like talking about it. It's just like I'd rather get to know people first.
Yeah.
And so like I wouldn't even say it's like top 3, 4 in my life right now. Like it's really just a hobby for now.
Yeah.
And then like when I get money to start doing it, and like I don't know, I'm gonna just start doing it like 24/7. But until then, like school come first, like having friends come first, and so that's just what I'm focused on.
Okay. Nice. All right. So I know you have been performing. You've been doing some live shows. So let's talk about that. Your experience. What is that feeling, you know, that you get when you step on stage in front of, you know, people, a group, you know, crowds of people?
Yeah. So my nervousness, it comes like right before I go on stage. And so like I'm like rehearsing my song like on the car right there, on the plane right there. And I'm just like, okay, like we're vibing. It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
And then right before I get on stage, I swear I forget every single lyric I ever wrote.
That was my next question. It happens.
Yeah. And I'm like right before stage, and I'm like, what is my song? Like I have no clue. And then I'll get on stage, and then I'll like hear the instrumental, and I'll be like, okay, this is what it is. This is what it is.
Dang.
And so, but when I get on stage, like it's always before stage that gets me. Like when I get on stage, that's when I'm like, okay, I can flow.
Yeah.
Like even when I walked in here and like I saw all the lights and all the bikes, I'm like, oh my God, this is gonna be crazy. But then like when we started, I'm like, okay, we're chilling. Like,
so when you're on stage, are you just looking at everybody, or are you just focusing on what you're saying? Are you really paying the crowd any attention, or Like, how do you get through it when you're up there?
I feel like I know my songs pretty well. Like
Yeah.
I know almost all my songs by heart, and so I don't really need to think about my lyrics too much.
Yeah.
But I just try to look at the crowd. I try not to stay in one place. Like I try to go back and forth because the people on the left side not seeing what the people on the right side seeing.
Okay.
And stuff like that. So I just try to. I would say I would think personally I have pretty good crowd engagement.
Okay.
Like I think I work the stage pretty well, I guess. But that's just what my cousins told me. But you know, that's family too. So who knows?
Who inspires you in the music?
As an artist?
As an artist, yeah.
I say my two biggest inspirations of an artist are Rod Wave and Kanye West.
Oh, okay.
Very different.
Yeah. And so the reason why I say that is because they both like make songs and they're like secular artists, but then they drop like Easter eggs, I would say, about God 24/7 in all their songs. And so like they're rapping about like, oh, I was doing drugs, I was beating this girl's this, that, and the other, and then they're dropping like, oh, but God did this.
Walks.
Yeah, exactly what I'm saying, right?
and it's a hit.
Yeah, facts. And so I say I take that personally, and I think I like flip it.
Okay.
So like I'm rapping out about God, but at the same time I'm talking about if you disrespect me, you better watch your mouth at the same time. Because like I'm rapping about God, I'm doing this, that, and the other. I'm just flipping what they're doing.
Okay.
Wow.
And so I say they're my biggest music inspirations.
Nice. So let's talk about your walk with God. Right.
Okay.
And
how much time we got?
And at the age.
Yeah, I'm amazed. That's a good question because I want to know about that being so young. How you have been able. Well, I'm not to cut you off. What was
That's
your question?
okay, Charlamagne.
My bad, Wendy. But no, like, how have you been able to?
Look, and he kept going. It's all good. Go ahead. I'm just,
I got it.
He left the building.
You know, I go to the bathroom in the middle of the show.
Go ahead. You good.
No, so what? You see, made me forget my question. Because you cut me off when I cut you off.
My question was,
go
let's talk about your walk with God and how that started for you, and just the age that you are, being able to because what I like what you said was you was like, I'm still pretty much, you said I'm still flawed. I still have, which we all are, right? So yeah, just talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so I was born and raised in the church, right? And so, but the whole time it was like play church. Like I would dress up, do my thing, go to church, not learn a thing, go back home, and then watch football. Like that was just what it was. And so then when I was about 14, right? Cause the church I love it, like, but it was just like the youth program just wasn't there.
Okay.
And so I was like being like 13, 12, 11, 10, like watching these and respective way possible, these old people come here and talk about God. You're just like sitting down like, okay. Like,
right.
Sleepy as a mug.
Yeah, right? Falling asleep, mouth open and all, right? And so then one of my friends, she brought me to a different church when I was 14. And they was like surrounded by the youth. Like the youth was their whole thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so then that's when I was like, that's when I like dove into the church for real, because I was all like, oh, like they see me for real. Like I'm not just another person in a chair. Like they're having me do things around the church. And so like at one point I was responsible for the cameras, like recording the church, stuff like that. So they put me in like vital positions. And so that's when I started like feeling like, okay, like I matter for real. Like this is what's up. And so then that's when I started like, I say that's where I got to know God. Like at my old church growing up, I was all like, that's when I knew of God, but then that church, that's when I got to know God.
I like that. I like how you said that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then when COVID hit, right? Because I feel like I'm a very social person. So when COVID hit, I couldn't talk to nobody. And my mama a nurse, so she had me on lock for real.
Oh, I bet she did.
Yeah. And so I was like I couldn't go out. And I live in Florida, right?
Yeah.
And so, they didn't care about no COVID.
Right.
It didn't exist in Florida.
No, at all. And so all my friends going to the beach, this, that, and the other. Well, 95% of my friends are going to the beach.
Right.
That's all of them.
Yeah. And so I'm just sitting at home sad, watching them do all their things, and I'm just sitting at home. And so, like, I was like, I wouldn't say I'm depressed, but I was depressed, like, for real.
Right.
And so, like, I was like, I just felt left out of everything.
Yeah.
And so then I was like, man, why would a good guy do this? Like, I was getting mad at God for real. And so then I feel like, so I was like looking at God from a very logical point of view. Like, I wasn't thinking about me and God being personal. I was just wondering if God was real. And so then, like, at like 16, I was like looking up debates, like scholarly debates, like, is Christianity real? Like, Christianity versus atheism versus Muslims, this, that, and the other. And so then after like about 3-4 months of like straight research, like even in my notes right now on my phone, I have like notes about why my God is real and like why these other beliefs are not true. And so then that's when I was like, okay, like logically it just makes sense that God is real to me. And so then when I was around 18, when I started to take this music stuff seriously, what happened to that, right? I had this partner, bro. Let me tell you, I was with this girl since 8th grade till after we graduated.
Oh, wow.
Like relationship?
Yeah.
Dang.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
I know adults didn't have a relationship that long.
That's what I'm saying, right? And so junk just went downhill, bro. And so I got, long story short, like it was just crazy. And so that led to like depression and junk too. And so now I was all like, God, like I know you're real, but like where you at? Like I need you to show up for real. And so then what's crazy was like that girl and how she did me, like her friend group was my friend group. So when she left, all my friends left too.
Oh, wow.
And so I was just like, I'm for real, just like out here by myself.
Yeah.
And so like all those friends, they went to the same church that she brought me to too. So it's like, I'm not trying to go to church and be surrounded by people that don't like me or are talking about me behind my back. And so I was all like, dog, I don't have the girl I was with. I don't have the friends I was with. I'm not going to the church that I was going to. So it's like, where do I go?
Right.
Wow.
And so then what's crazy was like the people that entered my life after that, like they don't even believe in God for real, but they was all like, Shamar, you need to tighten up, bro. Like get your stuff together. Cause I was doing the most, not gonna lie. Like I was partying, I was doing this, that, and the other. I was just turning up.
So did you find yourself, would you feel that you were being rebellious towards God in that moment? Because you felt
I would say so. I would say I was just trying to like feel something.
Yeah.
Like I was just trying to be like, I was just trying to make sense of myself.
Right.
Because my whole identity, who was my girl, my friend group in my church, now like I was stripped of me. And so I was all like, who am I? I need to go out and do something to see who I am. So I'm like, man, maybe clubbing is who I am. Maybe partying is who I am. Maybe drinking who I am. Maybe doing something is me.
right.
And so then I was just like, no, this ain't it. But it took me like a long time to figure out that it wasn't it.
Was there a defining moment that did something to happen or something to click inside of you to say, you know what, let me chill. This is not who I really am. Was there like a defining moment where you was like, I'm going too far?
Yeah. So that is
Oh,
fun to
never
get deep.
mind.
It's fun to get deep. I just let
If
you
it's
know.
too deep, that's cool. I respect that. You don't have to speak on
Nah,
it.
I'll say. I just let y'all know.
Go into your hero's testimony about how that song came about. Which
Okay, I'll tell that one better.
Okay, there you go.
All right. So May 27th, right?
certified lifeguard.
Yeah, I'm a lifeguard. I'm a beach
Okay.
lifeguard.
Oh, all right.
All right.
I
And
did
so,
catch a velo down there and
Nice.
come to Cocoa Beach.
yeah. And so I was working by myself, right? Which usually don't happen when you're by yourself, but it was just one of those days where like low staff, not a lot of people. So I was working like a whole beach by myself.
Wow.
And so then it was towards the end of the day. We get off at 5. It's like 4:55. And so I'm like packing up. I'm locking the doors to stuff, this, that, and the other. And then I just hear commotion. It's like, and I'm like not hearing. I'm like listening, but I'm not hearing.
Right.
And so I'm just like minding my business. And then I just hear lifeguard. And I turn my head. I'm like, oh. And then it's like 8 people like in the water, deep in the water. So I'm
my
like,
God.
no, bro. So I grab my stuff and I just start running. And then halfway there, I'm like, I forgot to radio it in. Like I forgot to tell like my chief lifeguard
Yeah,
and
what
other
was going
stuff.
on.
Like I'm about to be in the water so they could pull up. So I'm thinking about that, but I'm just like, I can't like turn back.
Right.
Because one, that'll look bad. And if dude drown, like while I'm
Right.
turning around,
Yeah.
like that junk is just gonna look horrible.